Lifespan by David A. Sinclair. This book will blow your mind with the latest research from the field of longevity. And it talks about aging as a disease caused by loss of information and something that is not at all inevitable. Rather, it might actually be easier to solve aging than its other symptoms, i.e., cancer, heart disease, Alzheimer's. Let's go! Death and aging is not one and the same. Aging is a disease. Until today, the molecules that we have found that promotes longer lives, longevity, have been found by serendipity, by flux, and now that we actually put some conscious effort into finding them, imagine what we will find now. Reading this book, one thing that I realized is that there's so much going on in the field of aging and longevity that if only a fraction of these ideas, projects bear some kind of fruit, it will have a profound impact on our lifespans and what it means to age. One thing that this book brings up is a lot of questions that we need to ask ourselves in a world where we live longer. And one of the more uncomfortable ones is actually regarding traffic accident victims. And the thing is that most of the organs we get these days for organ transplants comes from car accidents. So what will happen when self-driving cars become so safe that traffic accidents are just a memory from the past? That's just an uncomfortable questions that we need to ask ourselves in the future. Another one of those interesting questions that this book brings up is aging and inequality. Because just by living longer, the rich will get richer, right? Because you accumulate more, you have the compound interest working in your favor. And by getting richer, people will also be able to live longer because you will have access to all the new technology that will prolong longer and healthier lives. This book also talks about how we today can live longer by doing certain things in life, and it talks about fasting, there's strong evidence coming in that fasting and not eating too much promotes a longer life. The idea is that we want to kickstart our survival mechanism. I don't know from the top of my head all the terminology around this, but by living a life like most of us live, like comfortable, always full, never thirsty, never cold, never warm, is actually not that good for us. It's nice, but it's not good for a long life. We want to kickstart our survival mechanisms inside our bodies that get triggered by cold. So ice baths, right? Cold showers. By pushing ourselves beyond our limits, by doing interval training, running fast, anything to get those stressors in your bodies active. And also extreme heat, saunas could also be life promoting, and just not eat for a day once in a while. He also talks a lot about eating more vegetables because proteins signals to the body that, okay, life is good right now. Evolution, right? We used to kill animals to eat them, and if we were lucky in a hunt, we would have lots of proteins available. Now we have a lot of proteins available, sending signals to the body saying, life is good, times are great, I'm doing good now, I can relax. By removing some of that through our diet, we can create an environment in our bodies where our survival mechanisms kickstart and we get those systems going that promotes a longer life. So why do I think this prospect of having a longer life is so fascinating? I think one reason, honestly, is that I feel like it's kind of a second chance. I felt like I wasted a lot of years of my life derping around doing stuff, and having like 10, or like this book suggests, like 40 more healthy years, that's an interesting prospect for me. I'm also all about implementing ideas from book, and one thing that I tried from this book was intermittent fasting, and I was surprised to know it doesn't really work for me right now with the kids waking up in the middle of the night. I need to have a full stomach to handle my life right now. But one of the fun side effects of intermittent fasting and fasting in general is how much time you save by not eating breakfast, for instance. I mean, it's not only that you don't spend time eating, like you take some of that, get some of that time back, but you also haven't got any dishes to take care of, so it all adds up. This book definitely comes from someone who is a believer in longer lifespans and that these techniques will change the way we live our lives, and very soon. To be honest, it's a little bit too evangelical for me sometimes. This guy is super positive about the future and that this will happen very soon. Regardless, I think I would rank this as one of the most thought-provoking books that I've read in recent years. Just the idea of people living to 130, at the surface you feel like, that wouldn't mean much, but it actually will be a game changer. People will make very different decisions if they know they will live to 140, and it's worth thinking about, because if David Sinclair is right, that's what we're looking at. The people who are living right now are looking to live until 130 if they take care of their bodies and do some of that. So I really recommend Lifespan. It's a really thought-provoking book. It's one of those books that you would like to chat with your friends about. It opens up such possibilities, and I didn't know there was so much going on in the field of longevity. So now I want to know, what is your most thought-provoking book that you read in recent years? Please comment below, because I want some recommendations. I want more of this, because science is crazy, things are changing, things are going really fast, AI, algorithms, longer lifespans. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm back next week with more book reviews. Subscribe, press the bell, like, all of that. It really helps me promote great books to other people. Have a great week, and Bjorn out.